charged yet.
Recharging as fast as I can, Commander. And still recharging. Got me ready. That's still recharging.
Ready to wait. On your command. I'm at it. Let's go. Free hole in the head.
Not quite charged yet. Armed and ready.
Give the word and I'll take care of it, Commander.
This isn't just another false alarm.
Gravel Claw angry. This thing's got a mean streak.
Ready to wait. On your command.
Make them disappear.
There's cautious scrutiny.
Mighty glad that's over and done with. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel, and I can collect a big fat bit cartridge.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process
What was
more
disruptive influences? Johnny Broken Reprobate. Let's reload.
Let's splash him before my eyes, Commander. Revive me.
Exclusion. Quarry fab.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander. Pick me up. I'd do it for you.
Ammunition.
Back in business. Raring to go.
The Mudclaw. Mudclaw's always crabby.
Giving chase.
Knew you had my back.
distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Come right in, and be refreshed. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
To ensure their own peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a
Productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
I don't know what in the void we just got hosed down with, but it's, kinda nice.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be?
Pondering begets
Haven't had an imperfect thought in. I can't recall how long.
That's why we are all... and contented.
Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're
Right. That's why we're here. Got some thoughts we need rinsed.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
Well, there are many mental refreshment facilities.
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
The top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process.
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymie. I've undergone the procedure myself. Several times, they say, and look at me. Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring none authorized to you. Not a, simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to class. Subjects are required to respond 100. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect, but your response has merited a yay-sayer verbal commendation for exceptional tactfulness in the field, allowing you partial credit. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy without error. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
Possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnatarium.
Unacceptable. Obsequious denial detected. A perfect society demands perfect final. Query. How would your neighbors describe you? Processing. Determine. The appropriate reply was Formula 100. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in now. Proceed to the nearby pneumatic. Realignment with the paradigm begins now.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Can't stop picturing Zeb going through this exact process.
Contentment.
Goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
Hello. Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Waylon. I once felt the same way. Others too. One even dug a tunnel. Staff didn't like that. They abraded that subject's phrenometric peak something good. Wait, I just blinked several times, didn't I? What did that signify? I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say. Are you in disguise? I don't recognize so-and-so as a title. This feels a bit curious to me. But I feel compelled not to question it too much. Maybe the treatment is working. I'd go with you, I guess. But I need something first. They took all my things when I arrived. Stored them in storage. My commemorative pitch balls in there. From my favorite team, the Paradigm Abiders. Can't leave without it. Some say the sovereign sluggers are better, but the efficients always used to rule in their favor. Anyhow, my daughter got me this ball to commemorate. I had to turn in my personal items when I was admitted. Suppose so. One way out's the safest. Someone dug a tunnel in the kitchen pantry, though there are 2 automechs assigned there now to keep subjects from wandering in and ambling off. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that'd be allowed, but guess you know what you're doing. I'll be dithering about here in the meanwhile.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
With the imperfection is impossible.
Greetings, new. Hello. My name is Abigail, and I am realigned with the paradigm. I once possessed a failing of character where I would voice simple statements in a way that sounded like a question. Drat! It is the duty of all. I am newly full of zeal. Pondering begets disharmony. That, a restorative cocktail of pharmaceuticals. Only internally, I'm afraid. You should speak to refreshment facilitator Tilden in the lecture hall. Why, it's right outside Head Refresher Gould's off. Just follow the sign.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception. The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet this freedom they celebrate is a yawning chaos, and their choice is an invitation to failure, loss, and anarchy. It is a sad fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base...
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response, bear...
problem or consent. Some poor, deranged soul.
Could make me walk on over there, huh?
I advise you decamp directly.
Back to it.
Never questioned, never doubted. Zeal never lied. Hey there.
Ready to take a hit on you, Commander.
Got company, Commander. The unfriendly kind.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Aggressors in range.
A perfect society demands perfection. Imperfection is impossible.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that sound? Why is the wall look so soft all of
Oh, do I? I should have your chart.
Apparently this one's never...
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. Oh, how outrageous. Suppose I should call the guards, but my. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. Yes, well, you'll see, even in a nominally reduced state, I am more than up to the task. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them? They're obsessed with tomorrow. Why even worry about the future anyway? The paradigm maps out our path, so we don't need to be concerned about what comes next. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
It's true. Need a rival vendor dealt with? We'll repossess their wares. Need a township seized? We'll pay the guarding forces to lay down arms. If that don't work, we got firepower.
Yes, I've seen the craters left in their wake. They're quite capable as far as looting and destruction go. I'm not sure I perceive the merit in that, though. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways. as it is right now, repelling faulty logic and wrong-headed well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? How very nice of you to say. If only I had something similar to repeat back to you. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack.
Let me know when you need a
We have an intruder.
Serve the...
We have an
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Trouble ahead.
Hostiles near.
Society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Prudence dictates, eye your neighbors carefully.
have sworn no one was due for... Wait.
Gonna assume.
Well, out with it. Who are you? Oh, outrageous. Suppose I should... This presents a rare opportunity to hone my argumentative skills against the... To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. Ah, for one of our adversaries, I have a proposal for you. I'll provide you what you wish if you debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology in a reasonably competent manner. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? My position is, though, what say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid... That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general public, though. Your point is not completely without work. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways. No, I haven't. And that seems a rather facile argument to make about a society that, well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? How very nice of you to say. Now, what next? Oh dear, now what an edifying confabulation. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
begets disharmony. Their team plays the... Hello! You find my pitch ball? Oh! Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, almost. I'll be dither...
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
I'm realigned with the paradigm.
We're refreshing. So refreshing.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Pushing ahead!
Ready? Pissed off. You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
Eyes up. Hostiles.
Never more content. Never more content.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
To deliberate is to cope.
Unsanctioned thoughts are strictly prohibited.
Their team plays the work. Hello! You find my pitch ball? Oh! Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, almost. Okay. Okay.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to
The tunnel out was right here. Oh, they put a poster over it. Take it down, and I can be off. This is all right neighborly of you. Can't thank you enough. Oh, and last I heard from my daughter, Emily, she was off to Free Market Station. You meet us there. She'll surely give you a reward. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence makes you out to be.
That seems odd.
Yes.
Refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst...
I just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand! A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in. Certainly. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. But you'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the promenade.
I'm Anti-Cleo,
I see you're back.
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process. Really? Thought you had more drive, but suppose that's fine.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology, and that will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like this.
Truly unfortunate.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially? Oh, good to know, good to know. Along? Too bad. All right. For your next assignment, well, it's something of an
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our...
Preliminary chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Well, I appreciate the clarity, if not the lack of guile. For now, I suppose we'll remain uncomfortable bedfellows, if not ideological fellow travelers. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order, proposing we discuss the prospect of our groups working together. She stated this was your idea.
Auntie Cleo and Pal's Forstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Forstwurst. Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume. With Auntie Cleo and Pal's deep-fried fish. But you can't eat
As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rate and fun.
The K means it's authentic. Now, with 110% of your
But our Arcadian Roman League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program.
There's always time.
They call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones. Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated. Posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum Brand Bandits. I pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protector's entire roster of pitchball pushers any day this week. Even with half our team's 32 bags finished, they'd forfeit my little time. It would be an embarrassment to bodybuilders. Imagine the ad windfall. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential as human builders.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is... For our ages, a thing of legend.
If they partner with us.
Our team at Proprietary Insight.
I why?
Now, our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology, and that will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional... Oh, good to know, good to know. Excellent. A lot too bad. All right. For your next assignment...
So preliminary tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? We do tend to do so. She stated this was your idea. A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I contact Ruth, I want to be 110% certain. Fine. I'll initiate a call with Ruth through a secure line in the conference room next door. Let's pick this up there. Don't keep me waiting. semi-decade. Credit where it's due. To me, as your chief executive.
Don't wait for a line to form in front of you.
The cutthroat rivalry between our top.
Discipline and decorum are expected at all times. Point obviation.
There you are. Perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, hmm? Wait. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. I assure. What else concerned you? Though it simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. but we'll improve. Oh, now is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is...
Really?
There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
Oh, this, if I may, I have a point I'd like to add. Well then, you fail.
What was that? You're starting to worry me.
Best attend to
What do you intend to do?
We can indulge in all sorts of idle talk afterward.
A tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in test chamber beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to test chamber alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Anchoress Prom. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've a key.
That's circumstantial.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. I don't care that I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in fast. I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. No, I expect not. I don't know what. Fellow exemplars.
Another order mine fell instead of rejoining the protectorate fold.
The Anchoress had to be stopped. The rest, I just tried not to think about.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully... Say, I know this was difficult and you tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their...
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever...
There are a few.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye. Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
I hope that Bujold has not softened your instinct. We've many battles yet to fight.
It's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good? I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brunn. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Southworth was complicit, yes. Though she's alive, I believe we've squashed her reviving my old department. Struck me as little more than a functionary with a gun, truth be told. Theoretically, no, not necessarily. In practice, with that motley group of scienticians, absolutely. Luckily, we halted the catastrophic ramifications. I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely. She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. No. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
You're bleeding.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Can't have our fearless leader firing on his... Let's get the crap. We sure do go through ammo, don't we? Not to worry. We can always craft us more. Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good... Sure.
have my back.
Ain't at all concerning. Best keep our lamps lit.
Electrical damage.
Lay low, Commander. Next order.
position.
Finger's still tired. Happy to assist in crafting more ammo if you need. Unless you plan on conjuring ammo from the Aether, we ought to get the crafting site. Low on ammo there, Commander. I could help you whip something up.
once you reach the vault, it will all be worth it. Trust.
Wouldn't be here if I had any doubts.
Arrival cannot be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm, glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret. For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. We'll certainly face more resistance inside, but rest assured, but not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people. The time for considering risk is past. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped.
Glad we're up. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done.
There's no one else left. Consul made damn sure of that.
The failure at the Vox, an escaped prisoner, cannot be tolerated. The Consul ordered a colony-wide search that netted the rest of our cell. Audra blames herself, even though she shouldn't.
Don't tell me how to feel, Zeb. You mind your guilt, I'll mind mine.
There ain't words to describe how sorry I am. I thought we were doing the right thing.
I will not pretend it isn't a blow, but what's done is done. There will be time to grieve once the Protectorate is dead and buried. Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake.
Color me surprised.
After you. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better.
I now present to you my new invention.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
A revolutionary technology that will allow humanity to sojourn to the stars.
Only a singular mind could have conceived of such advanced technology.
It is my deepest wish.
For the last, Commander. You looking
Commander.
nothing. Claw. Alpha City.
Craft's still recharging!
Taken care of. Now that's been taken care of. We can continue. Wait there. I'll come to you.
We ought to get the crap.
All handled. My check. There should be a hidden entrance here. There. You can access the lower level now. The security room that we need to reach is nearby. We should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line,
how much
allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Yes.
Do not allow this. Are you? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own.
The commander's.
I never have. Fine.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this. You and Niall should turn off the.
You sure do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry. We can always craft us more. No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
Hold! Don't set foot in that room.
Yeah.
The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are N-ray tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously. And if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. I hear what you're saying. I let the helps working alongside the finest Earth Directorate agent to let's keep.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within a mechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. Grief I will inherit. What mess.
Abstract everything. Must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could peep the wiring.
Unexpected.
Armed and ready.
Stand me back up.
The code is 132.
Apologize for my... That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. I know you're right. Suppose part of me still feels responsible for what he's gone through. If only I stuck it out, maybe then, well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple. Speaking of, remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
For a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
In times of darkness, we must hold our principles dear. I fear the longer this war continues, the further we stray from them. Every step we take must honor the Matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must. And I must not fail.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, Then the Earth's directorate permitted the matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed, what then? Short of shooting me? No. Am I? I'm not sure that's true. Not anymore.
You remember what we argued about the day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed, but that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of...
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you...
I want to talk it over with the commander, but...
to threaten me.
Give the order, and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Fire is to live.
Depleted. Help me end this fight on my feet. Not exactly up for that right now.
Go. I'll be fine here.
Take care of him, Commander.
Frankly, pissed off.
Combat! Switch over here! Free hole in the head!
Breaking for cover.
Help me out! Not exactly in fighting shape at the moment.
Claw's always crap.
Zeb was right. We never should have let that curator go. We could have prevented this. Don't even know where to start with everything that happened. And at least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate. But that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. Right. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. It's the damn. Augustine still owes a debt to us and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, you were right to give her the chance. Provided the rift don't reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Defect from the Earth Directorate? Damn me if you're not right. Might be we're better off on our own. Answering to no one. Achieving the ends. And damn the means. We're already steeped in. Can't believe. Thanks for.
If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat or...
Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society. When we comply...
These things take time, Commander.
That somebody? Another intolerable disruption! Seeking cover!
Improving position.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Yeah, Raph's raring to go.
Can't have our fearless leader firing on him. Let's get to crafting.
That's with the cog! You get the taste!
Got troublemakers.
Malcontents, liquored up on...
Siphon into cover!
Adjutant, sir. The smell of burning raptidons is rather pungent. Are there any concerns in regards to attracting further raptidons?
A good question, Morton. Command has informed me that the brutes will instinctively be repelled by the scent of their burning kin. So rest easy in that regard.
Ah! Raptidon! To arms!
Disruptive. All rightly appreciate our perfect life of contentment and plenty.
Here we are, about to kick the proverbial mantisaur nest. Hope you're ready for your close-up.
That'll move.
Damn. Of course they got a bunker mech. We need to take it by surprise, without alerting the other troopers, mind.
Got some bad company.
This paradigm trouble ahead. Supplies fully deserved.
Huh? Invasive element!
Tingling, all charged up.
Over here! Let us out!
Over here!
let's have a word with the hero of the moment for the wireless. Well, the blockade is certainly ours now, but that was hardly more impressive than any other raid in this law for...
That hasn't stopped you.
It's all...
Well...
Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here, live at the scene with the fearsome grafted soul... Inez!
I'm just, doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission, to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything I could ever say. Ah, suppose I do know a thing or two about a pep talk. Given many in my time to troopers suffering injury or boredom.
How wonderful! I hadn't realized it. Dear audience, you also freed some...
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner. Yeah, that's exactly right. I plan on doing everything in my power to bring a swift end to this war, and keep as many civvies out of harm's way as possible.
A heartwarming sentiment, but not too swift an end to the war, I hope. It's good for business, as we all know. In any case, those soldiers can finally return to their postings again. Now,
these graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with grafting, if we try. I got a plan, see? To start the grafting program up again. The research is promising, and with the right backing, it could be a product that can better the lives of everyone.
a fascinating idea. I think we'd all sleep soundly if we knew more of you were running amok on our behalf. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
Oh, I got one. Ain't just a tested and true product that'll put you over the top. A graft like mine might also get you into orbit.
Ah, I see. A bit of cheeky product placement for Zero-G whiskey. Very well done, you. And that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching or sneering or whatever else it is you do. No, it's I who should be thanking you. Between your manner on camera and all the lurid details you shared, the public will be intrigued indeed.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will have to make good on our deal now. Let's head back and speak with him.
You do that, and I will remain here burdened by the drudgery of war. Farewell.
Injured. How may this unit assist you?
I'm itching to see. I'd like to press on, unless you had some.
uses the Moon Man as a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst.
So the conquering heroes have returned. But perhaps heroes is too strong a term, considering the proof of your heroics is sorely lacking. The footage showing the take... Oh, where are my manners? Commander, Inez, meet up.
Yes, we've met. Now, let's not get overly ahead of ourselves. Putting on a show.
Well,
let's
look.
Perhaps, you know.
But we can trust your word as her current supervisor. What sort of performance review might you give this So that when the time is right, I will reach out to you for further planning. You have been instrumental, soldier. Inez, well done indeed.
I'll settle for a moment of rest, Commander. Thanks. I think you ought to be careful. More importantly, it's becoming clear to me that folk don't actually want us here. There is another option. The Order. They're trying to do right by the refugees, after all, and seem reasonable when they ain't being strong-armed by extremists. You could consider them. Transition of power will be smoother anyway, if this war is anything to go. Listen, normally I'd take issue with one person playing Kingmaker. That is to say, we should move on, unless you've got something for me?
Who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Don't take that tone with me, little Agent So-and-so. I've stripped mined the assets of tougher sorts than you.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3.1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying, but... It would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's Choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to, and a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. That assumes Auntie's Choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce.
Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's Choice and Order standards. Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course, in a gainful manner. I'd be remiss if I didn't note that Auntie's Choice also has scientists. Very good ones, in fact.
But we're doing ourselves no favors if we can't admit we could do better. We got the ingenuity. We just need the same amount of care, too.
I am certain your scientists are adequate. But compared to Order minds, it would be foolish to pretend there is any contest.
My scientists don't perpetually dither with profitless theoretical impracticalities. They produce tangible, worthwhile results in short order, or else. Point taken. Very well. Let the Order shoulder the risk.
A rational resolution is a joy to all. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partner.
I will make no progress with my request without further. While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, and unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
Certainly. I'll even extend our corporate partner's micro discount to Ruth. As a best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spirton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spirton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. A prudent course of action, though I would also advise caution. Praetor is as perilous as Cloister, if not more so, given the Protectorate's presence there. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
That was some damn fine intermediation, Commander. You might just have a future in finance. You know, after Auntie and the Order trounce the Protectorate.
Arbitration. Quite the bit pit. Down 14% in net gross. You're supposed to squeeze blood from every contract, not put us in the red. Learn to negotiate. Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and exploit the local fauna.
At Unrelated Bric-a-Brac, we feast you.
most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers. We have food and
Your
drink.
doctor called and I've got...
And meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell
You there.
you recipes
Yep. Name a
for.
food. Any pot.
The only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free.
I have cures. Excellent.
In an Auntie's Choice product is
Made by the
provided free
finest of Auntie's. You'll need to see Dr. Armbruster for that, I'm afraid.
Eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and thusly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be one. Intent.
Time for a chat, Commander?
Auntie Cleo and Pal's deep-fried Siskey bits. Bet you can't eat just one. Auntie Fizzo's Purple Berry Bunch. Suck it, chew it, you can do it. Auntie Fizzo's Purple Berry
Injury. How may this unit assist? This unit is available.
Dagmar, and out of all the cultists, she elevated me to the high. And when she saw my pain, she looked into my background. It was then that she recruited me. My psychological profile. They were terrified that my behavior would lead people to start looking at them askance. They could. She gave me a life. A family. Or so I thought. Thank you. And I won't.
If that blockade had been staffed by staunch Protectorate defenders, we never...
It defies belief you negotiated a partnership between Auntie's Choice and my colleagues. I've no faith in my predictions now. True. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Maybe...
Willard, Vice President Conan, sent me a message just now about how the investment meeting went. Seems he showed up and they all agreed to fund the grafting program and started up again in earnest. They even thought to bring me into middle management for the program. Can you believe it? After you and I'm realizing now that I never really imagined something like this was possible. Never thought I'd be at the forefront of a military campaign. Reckon you could say I proved myself after all. Thank you. Anyhow, that's enough sort.
Aladdin's Auntie's Choice. Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice.
As your fearless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I'd like to hear about the occasional frivolity. As all of you base the rift Tuskal news from home, but our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Pitchfork, they call it. Team's 32 backs bench. They forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad windfall. Our athletic assets would...
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
There you are, our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up, you'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
such wit. But moving on, we have a mission for you so vital to Auntie's Choice's survival that it should have been undertaken days, or even years, before now.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize graphs, but, once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did? How sad. Don't be a child. Now, will you help acquire this new body for me, or won't you? The body I want isn't just some simple yet stylistically sutured together amalgamation of corpses to bolt my head atop.
Not, this time, at any rate.
No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss.
Well then, fetch...
Good luck, my
Don't let us-
ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Through your decisions.
Remember what we discussed and act.
We allow you to take part in... product test.
I'm damn glad we could get Auntie's Choice and the Order to make peace with one another. I was worried for a minute that Basar was gonna pass up a good deal. Reckon this news will give the Arcadian... Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander? Well, suppose that's all my suspicions. I feel a little... It stings less now that they didn't help Tausetti. Guess there's a big difference between thinking they didn't care and realizing that they're just as corrupt as anyone else. Fine by me. That poor Amos fella's a... I don't know how he can stay loyal to her after... Fine by me. The Order's really got some... Ain't any different from us in the end. Fine by me. Presiding Bishop Bassar sure thinks a lot of herself, don't she? Fine by me. Sure. Got someone in mind? Fine by me.
I suspect there is a rock in my boot. Thankfully, speak freely. Certainly, I consider myself...
What? Sorry. Caught me. Lost.
Taking punitive action.
To the complicit! Your judgment has found you!
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location. Functionality. Performing a thorough search of...
Aborting search.
Fortifying. Health benefits available at your request. You are leaking an alarming amount of fluids, Commander. Standing by with support. Maintaining.
Bet that Ruth Bassar is a good boss. Never seen her humiliate a single corporate mascot.